Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be doing a project pan update for my rolling 2022 project pan. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before we get into that though, if you're new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video from me. Alright guys, so I haven't posted in like 2 weeks. So sorry about the kind of like unexpected disappearance. I've just been busy. I think I'm gonna film a get ready with me, just kind of talking a little bit about life and stuff and what's going on, but I'm back. Hopefully gonna have 3 videos this week. I mean, I'm trying to film them all tonight, so they should be going up this week. This update, and then my updates for I Heart the 90s and Panning Punk, and hopefully I will get back on a schedule because last month I missed my BYOP. Yeah. A lot of videos got displaced, but I'm back and let's just hop into the update. So the first product I have that I'm working on is my Ulta Beauty Mattifying Face Primer. I really like this. It's a very silicone-y face primer, and I primarily put it on my nose and like right here and then a little bit on my forehead. I have been marking it, but I think an air bubble got in here because now it looks like I'm only up to here, but I've marked it lower. So I can't mark it because I can't get the air bubble out without squeezing product out as well. So no update for this, but I did use it 17 times. So I would imagine, I've been hovering around that amount each month. So I would imagine I've made an equal amount of progress that I've made so far. But I really like this primer. I like to pair it with more of a gripping primer on top of it. And I really like that pairing. So 17 uses on this, really happy about that. Next we have my Flower Beauty color corrector. I have used this 14 times in the last month. This is what we're looking like. I feel like it doesn't look too different. No idea when we're gonna hit jar. I am trying to finish this. If you're new here, I'm trying to finish almost everything in this project. And yeah, I mean, I'm just working on it. Again, never finished a product like this before. This is my only one. So I'm just going to keep working on it, and whenever it's done, it's done. I would like to have it done by the end of the year, but not the end of the world if it is not. Next, we have my Fenty Beauty setting powder. This is the loose setting powder. This is just the mini size, and I used this 16 times in the last month. And looking at our lines, we are about there. I made a little wonky line, but I've been making steady progress on this powder so far this year. One of my favorite powders, I think, is really beautiful. Once I work through all of my loose powders, I would probably repurchase this. And you get a lot of product, a lot of bang for your buck with this product, and I really like it. I have been going without setting most of my face recently, so a lot of times I'm just setting my under eyes, maybe on my T-zone a little bit, but I still like to have a powder around, and this is a really good one. Next, we have my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I have used this a whopping 21 times this month, and here is what we're looking like. I will pop up a picture of where we were last month, but we have made some good progress. I have not looked at the picture from last month, but I think I've made some good progress. One issue I'm running into is that I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but sometimes the product like flakes off or breaks off from the edge if it's not like a smooth edge. So I don't really know how to stop that from happening. I just try to use it, you know, kind of crush it up and use that in my application. But yeah, so I'm really happy with the progress I'm making on this. I do think I can finish it this year. It might take the majority of the year, but I'm really happy with the progress I've been making. So yeah, really happy so far. Okay, so next up, I've got my Novelist Skin Glazing in the shade Ozone. This is the only product in this project that I am not trying to finish. I'm just trying to hit pan on this. I have used this 14 times in the last month, and I am focusing my brush in this area right here. And I don't know if you can tell, I think you can tell, the product is starting to look a little bit different. Like it's almost got like shelves. I don't want to call it shelves, but like it could almost like flake off in layers. It's not flaking off, but I don't know if you can kind of tell what I mean, where it's like smooth over here, but now you can see it's kind of getting a little flaky over here. Again, it doesn't like actually flake off, but I I think I might be close to hitting pan. I really don't know. But I'm enjoying this highlight. I am wearing it today. It's my favorite powder highlight that I own. And yeah, I'm really excited to hit pan on it. Now I've got my kind of pencil products. So how I usually do this is I will talk about each of the products and then I'll show the line markings because they're all on the same page. So first up, I've got my NARS liner, and I probably used it the least amount this month. I only used it 4 times. However, I have the most amount of progress, and that's because I sharpened it a little too much, and then the tip broke off. This is a really, really soft pencil formula. So I will show you the line markings after I talk about all my pencils, but this is all we have left. I don't know how far down it will sharpen, but we're getting very close to the end with this. I actually really, really love this formula. The reviews sound like this has been reformulated, or I don't know. The reviews on this aren't very good, and I'm not really interested in purchasing from NARS, but this is a really, really nice creamy black liner. Part of the reason why I don't have as much progress on it this month is I am now working on quite a few liners and other projects, as well as I had like a really tiny sty on my waterline for like a few days, but I just took a week off from wearing liner on my waterline because of that, and it went away. It's fine. So yeah, didn't get as much progress on this, just kind of for those 2 reasons, but made some great progress. I was going in with actually like a really thin angled liner brush and then dipping it in like the product and then applying it to my upper lash line, and that's why that happened. So wouldn't recommend doing that. It was also a little over sharpened. Next, I've got my BFF Lippy Liner from ColourPop. I used this a total of 9 times, and this is what we're looking like now. So still quite a way to go. Do you guys know, if you've finished a ColourPop Lippy pencil before, where does it typically stop sharpening? I'm just curious if it like goes all the way down here or somewhere around the ColourPop logo. I'm curious. But yeah, I used it 9 times. I think that's fair enough. Would love to use it more and get more progress on it. And then I've got my Lippy Primer and my Lippy Stick. So the Lippy Primer I used 10 times. I mean, there's nothing really to see, just showing this is how much I got left. I find this does not go as fast as Lippy primers. I know it looks kind of gross at the top, but I often will do lip liner and then I will apply this because I find lip liner doesn't necessarily always apply the best on top of it. So that's why it just, some of the Lippy pencil goes onto the primer. Anyway, so I used that 9 times. Wait, no. I used that 10 times, and then I used the Cookie Lippy pencil 9 times. Made great progress on this as well. I think we could have this out in maybe 2 more months at the rate I'm going. I actually really, really love this color. At first I thought it was too light on me, but with the right lip liner, I love this color on me. I would not repurchase it right away because I have lots of nude lipsticks. I don't need to repurchase this. But this is just so comfortable on the lips. They're not the most long wearing, but they're super, super comfortable. And the Lippy Stick formula is one of my favorite formulas. So really happy on the progress we're making on this. I am feeling so much better about panning lipsticks. Like my first year panning, I finished like 3 mini lipsticks. I was like, oh my god, I'm great at panning lip products. And then last year I was trying to pan a Luxe lipstick from ColourPop, and that, I never finished it because it took, it's just a little nub now, but it knocked my confidence down. So we're doing really well with the Lippy Stick. But let me pull up my sheet of paper. So here are my line markings. Ignore these black lines at the bottom. I actually measured it from the bottom of the paper and not like where the grid stops, so just ignore that. But here is the NARS liner. As you can see, had a pretty big jump, actually kind of similar from the beginning to the first update, but made that much progress, so we'll see. For the BFF Lippy pencil, made kind of steady progress from the month prior, or the update prior. Kind of made a wonky line for the lippy primer, but around the same amount of progress we've been making. And then as you can see for Cookie, I think pretty similar from last month as well. Just really getting close to the end with that, which is super exciting. Again, I'm actually enjoying painting this lipstick this time around. So now we're going into my first makeup empty of this project. So far it has been the miscellaneous items, but we are finally at our first makeup empty, and it is my powder foundation. This is the Bare Minerals Original Broad Spectrum SPF 15 powder foundation in shade Fair 1, and this is empty. I mean, there's like a little bit that I can't really get out of the container, but I cannot use this any longer. I use this a lot. I used this 12 times this month. I used it on its own. I used it with regular like liquid foundation, and I also used it to just add a bit of coverage, just like almost spot concealing with it over top of liquid foundation. So really enjoyed this. I did actually purchase the e.l.f. Camo CC powder foundation because I knew I wanted another powder foundation in my collection. This is the only one I owned, and I like having that option. But I wanted to go with a pressed version, and I was debating doing the Bare Minerals pressed version. I was debating the Fenty, and then I was in Target the other day and I just decided to pick this up because I saw it and I was like, why not? I'm actually wearing it lightly as a setting powder today, so I can't really speak to it yet as a actual foundation. But yeah, I might do a speed reviews talking about some new makeup I've tried talking about the new makeup I've tried so far this year. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. So now getting to the more shameful part of this update. So last month I rolled in, or I was still working on Skylar Willow, and I was like, there's only a little bit left. This will be done in no time. So I rolled in Rose Amber from Seven Virtues, which I had previously worked on. And I was like, oh, these will both be done by my next update. Never touched Willow, only used Rose Amber once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Skylar in because clearly I need that much amount of time to finish this little amount. I'm actually going to declutter Rose Amber. I used it once the other day and I had to change my shirt because it was just giving me a headache. I do not like this scent. It's getting decluttered. I don't care. So that's going. I actually have been wearing fragrance a lot lately, but I've been reaching actually for this Penrose Secret Genius that I picked up at the end of last year. I really like this. This is just like a gourmand vanilla scent, which is kind of my go-to. So I've been really enjoying this, but that's not in a project. Trying to work through all my samples still, so we're just going to keep Skylar Willow in, and Rose Amber will get decluttered. And then moving on, I rolled in my Prism Body Butter from Witch Baby Soap, and I thought this might be done by this update. However, I just only reached for this 5 times. My skin is just not as dry as it has been this past winter. I have used it, like I said, 5 times. I got this because I said this in the intro. It was described as kiwi and tennis balls, and I was just like intrigued. And when this was on sale, this was from their summer collection last year, so when it was on sale, when they did their Halloween launch last year, I decided to pick it up, just the travel size, just to see what it smelled like. Now I find it a very interesting smell, and I think it smells good in the container, but when applied to my body, I feel like the way it mixes with my body chemistry, I don't love it. So that's probably part of the reason why I haven't reached for it as much, but I'm gonna keep it in and just finish it up. I try to apply it at night, like sometimes I shower in the morning, sometimes I shower at night. I try to just do it at night, and then the scent will wear away by morning. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I love the body butters in general. So yeah, rolling this one, or keeping this one in, not rolling it out. What am I talking about? Next, I've got my Ouidad Revive and Shine Dry Oil Mist. There's not a lot left. I used this twice, which is more than the month previous. Keeping it in, I'm going to shame myself into using it until it's gone. And then my last thing I rolled in was this duo I got in an Ipsy, the Star Skin Mask and Peeling Puff. I decided to just declutter the Peeling Puff. I don't want to use this. I really don't. I don't know. It really intimidates me. I don't want to use it on my face, and I don't really want to use it on my arms either, so I'm just decluttering it. And then I did use the mask. It was kind of like like the gel, kind of like what, I don't know, the gel like little eye patches that you can get. It reminded me of that, but for the whole face, and I did not like it at all. I just didn't like the way it felt. It was not a pleasant experience. So I did use that. Wouldn't recommend it. For my empties, I'm going to just give myself half, like however much that's worth. I'm going to give myself half and just declutter the puff. Okay, so because of all of that, I am rolling in 2 new products, one skincare and one makeup. So I did not mark this. Let me mark it really quickly. I did not realize I had that little left. Oh, well, I'm rolling it in. Giving myself a gimme. So, as you could probably tell, I am rolling in the Pixi Milky Mist. I didn't realize that I had this little amount left, but I have not been reaching for this as I had in the past. So, again, I'm just using this as a boost to get myself to use it. Will I have this done by the next update? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So, this is my skincare. This is again, the Pixi Milky Mist. Rolling that in, and then for the makeup product, I am rolling in an item to finish, and that is the Say Glowy Super Gel. I have the shade Star Glow, and this is a product I really, really like. I think it has a really nice effect on the skin. However, I just find myself reaching for the Auric Glow Lust more, and so I just want to get all of the glowy base products out of my collection so I can just use the one I like the most. I still aim reaching for it, and probably will as I work on this. I think part of the reason I don't love this as much is I find because it's more of a gel consistency rather than a cream, it doesn't mix as well in with foundation, which is how I like to use a lot of these products. Sometimes I will do it under foundation, but I also like to mix these products in. And I just find that this consistency doesn't gel right with that. So I will use it underneath foundation as well. It looks, it is slip sliding down, but it blends out to really no color, just like a nice shine. And another reason why it's not my favorite, I mean, I enjoy it, but why it's not my ultimate favorite out of all of the glowy base products I have is it's got a slight floral scent. So if you are sensitive to florals, you might not like this. I don't notice it when it's on my face, but when I pump it out and initially apply the product, I can smell the florals, which is just not my favorite. But I let it settle, and it's kind of hard because this, I believe, it has like a plastic bag with the product inside the bottle, so you can recycle the glass bottle, I believe. But I let it settle, and I'm just gonna mark it there. So I've used it, but yeah, it's probably not the most accurate line marking just because it is inside of like a plastic bag inside the bottle, but that's where I'm going to mark it, and my goal will be to finish this product. And that is my update for my 2022 Rolling Project Pan. Let me know how yours is going so far. Once again, sorry for my little brief hiatus, but I'm back. I'm really excited to be filming again. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you like down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!